Welcome to You Are Not Alone. This is a safe place to explore all things spiritual and beyond. I am spiritual medium Erika Gabriel. How are you? Welcome, 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 welcome back to You Are Not Alone, or welcome here for the first time. Is anyone listening to this for the first time? That's so exciting. I'm spiritual medium Erika Gabriel. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're joining this community. I'm so happy you found us. I say us because this is a tight-knit group. This is a tight-knit group in positivity, in spiritual seeking, in acceptance. We are a mighty connection, and you guys are amazing in writing me and just connecting with these episodes and with this content. So I'm really happy you're here. If you've been a longtime listener, hi guys. I'm so happy to still being with you. It is a great day. It's a hot day where I am. It is sweltering hot, and I freaking love it. I'm so inspired. I'm so excited to still be podcasting. I feel like every intro of every show I do is like gushing about how happy I am to be with you. But whatever. You guys know I say whatever I want and what's on my mind. So I'm happy to see you or hear you or feel you or be with you. And welcome to You Are Not Alone. So some of you that know me really well, and a lot of you do, know that I don't focus on the quote ghost world or the hauntings world. I'm not a ghost hunter. I've seen some of those shows and I'm kind of like, so did anything happen or did I miss it? You know what I mean? They're always like, there's a spectrometry readout here of heat. And like, I sometimes they freak out. So I guess maybe they feel something, but they don't ever explain it. I'm like, I don't get the show. I don't know what's happening here. So anyway, you might have been surprised by the title of this podcast having to do with hauntings. Okay. I've done a show, I think back in 2020 about ghosts and hauntings. I think it was like one of the first shows that I did because it is a topic, especially with a medium and someone who's working in spirit, that people really want to know about. We all grow up with scary movies, spooky stories, feeling energy. We all grow up with this. And, our mind goes wild with what am I seeing? What am I feeling? What am I hearing? What is this? And we see scary movies and then we kind of bring that energy into our homes. And we start projecting fear and negative energy in the home. That can happen. And we've all thought about ghosts or having relationships with that energy, right? Especially all of us, right? Spiritual seekers. We've all thought about it. And my introduction to the spirit world was all with ghosts and spirit. That's how this all came about. And then what happened was I delved into the darkest, deepest places of fear brought on by that energy and realized on the other side, spirit has nothing to do with that in many ways. And that spirit is light and spirit is love and spirit is God. Spirit is everyone and everything, one love, one feeling, one peace, one God, right? And I realized how much light there was and what a small sliver of, our experience can be with ghosts and hauntings. That is such a small part. And also, if we have a lot of fear in that regard, it's an essential part that we work through so that we can create space for light and what is. This is about clearing out quote hauntings, quote ghosts, quote negative energy, right? This is that idea of clearing that energy out. Does it mean that this podcast is about a spooky, scary man that didn't cross over that's stuck in your house terrorizing you? No, that's really not my experience with understanding hauntings when I go in and talk to spirit. It's in my mind. Don't get me wrong. I still freak myself out. I still get freaked out. I got freaked out the other day. The other day, this was not last night, the night before. I was too hot to sleep in our home. So I went and slept at my mom's house, which is my favorite house. I'm so cozy there. I love it there. I grew up, it's my mom and stepdad. And I mean, I grew up there, back and forth between that house and my dad and stepmom's house, starting when I was like 6. I love the house. We got married there. Jeremy and I got married there. I mean, we love the home. And I'm sleeping. I'm in a bed with my husband. My son is next to us. My daughter was away with friends, and she has a great social life, by the way. She's 10, and she like had a fabulous weekend, like on a boat, and like she's adorable, and she's a joy to be with. Okay, and I'm laying in bed. I'm literally laying next to my husband, who's 6'2.5", strong, most positive energy of the world. Like I'm like totally good, right? And also sitting there with myself, a medium of 17 years who understands spirit. And the guest room that we were sleeping in used to be my old bedroom. And I think the energy that I perhaps connected with, that I felt uneasy about when I was going to bed, was energy of my former self. Energy of my former self. I don't think there was a spooky ghost in there. I think I was literally tapping into energy of who I used to be and the fear I used to experience around ghosts. I don't think there was anyone scary there. And I just felt so uneasy and in so much fear. This had nothing to do with the house, nothing to do with anything. It had to do with me and reconnecting with fear. Fear energy begets more fear energy. The mind starts to go nuts and starts to race. We start, feeling something, then we start putting a face to it. Humans, we love to put a face to it. It's very challenging for us to just connect with energy without a face or without a symbol. So I believe I started just connecting the dots, and I really got in my head and I spiraled a little bit. I had an uneasy sleep. Okay. So this podcast is not about judgment. If you are afraid of ghosts, if you're afraid of spirit, if you're afraid of hauntings, you are not judged. I totally, totally get it. But let's ground these ideas in reality. Let's ground these ideas in taking ownership of our energy. And most importantly, taking energy in where we live, our homes, albeit an apartment, a house, someone's couch, a trailer, whatever we're living in. You know what I mean? Let's take ownership of that energy. And, that's what this how to series is all about. And you'll see I'm going to do a series of how to's. The amount of information and knowledge that has been shown to me, that has been taught to me by spirit over 17 years, performing thousands of readings and coming into all kinds of experience. The information that is shown to me, especially repetitive information, like clearing out a home, like clearing out a haunting, this information that has been revealed to me must and has to be shared. It has to be shared. Here's why. The power of spirit is in each of you. So if you understand how to practice these things on your own, you only get closer to spirit, you only get closer to your intuition. These are things and tools that everyone can do. Do I think mediums have a heightened intuition, have a heightened ability, have practiced, have honed in? Absolutely. Everyone has different skills. But the skills that I want to teach you are skills that you can practice by trusting yourself and setting solid intentions. Okay. So this series, I don't know how many I'm doing. I wrote a list. There's so much. There's so many. There's so much I want to share. And there's so much that I want to give to you guys and anyone that asks that are tools. You know what I mean? Tools, tools, tools. We talk about tune into your intuition, but how? And it's like you have to develop tools. How do I develop tools? Well, you have to learn the tools. Where the fuck am I going to learn these tools? Let me teach them to you right now. Do I think my tools are superior to other people's? No. Do I think my tools are the only tools? Nope. But my tools are strong. My tools are powerful. My tools are ones that spirit has shown to me time and time again that I have put into practice and that I've also seen people work and use, and it's been amazing. So these are powerful. I stand by my tools, and I'm going to do a how to series in the weeks to come. So I hope you'll stick with me, and I hope that there's some tools that you have been asking for. If there are tools that you're really looking to hone in on, right? Whatever they may be, and you want spirit's help and my help, write me, DM me, send me an email, Erika at erikagabriel.com. Erika, I want to know how to practice forgiveness. Erika, I want to know how to protect my energy. Whatever it may be, send them to me. Send them to me. This is a whole new kind of part of what spirit is calling me to do, which is spiritual teaching to assist others to do these things themselves. That's why there are components in readings right now, guys, that spirit will give you to do practices so that you can learn these things on your own and do these things on your own. So that after you get off the phone with me, you have things to work with instead of like, wow, that was an amazing reading. So glad that I did that. Now what? Spirit is providing tools, practices, ideas, and thoughts that you can do yourself. Part of tuning into your intuition is believing in yourself, empowering yourself. So when you tune in and you listen in, you trust it, you trust yourself, and you believe yourself. So here's the deal. Um, in terms of hauntings, I'll just kind of go over some things, not everything, just because I want to get you guys these tools. So listen, the hauntings that I have seen people get hit by a car and not realize it and get up out of their body and walk home. And I think I've told you guys that story before. I saw a girl, she was young and she was babysitting her younger cousin. She was young. I can't remember exactly, guys. This was a while ago. How old was she? 11, 12, and she was babysitting and she went, I don't know if she went to get them something, walk and get food. I can't remember, but she crossed the street and she got hit by a car and unfortunately, very unfortunately, was killed. And I saw her get up out of her body and like, oh my God, I got to make sure my cousin's okay because she was babysitting, get up out of her body and go back to the house. So in that moment, yes, the house was quote haunted. And then, as time went on, she realized and was taken and, helped over to spirit. So I have seen things like that. I have bumped into energy in people's homes that did have a face. But the way it's explained to me is that is an imprint. That is an imprint of an energy. It's not actually a person standing there. It is an imprint of something that was very intensely imprinted in that area or in that part of the house. And it's usually can be very harsh. It can be scary energy or harsh energy because maybe there was a traumatic event that happened. And so you're feeling that and you may see a face or something like that that has imprinted at that time. Okay. I'm going to sage the shit out of my house after this because I'm doing this in my home office. I'm recording this at home because it's nice and cool. So I'm like bringing all these words into my home. So, listen, at the end of the day, your energy is the most palatable, big part of wherever you're living. So you want to make sure your energy is clean as well because you can create a lot of toxic energy from yourself. So I have seen that. I have seen faces and they needed to kind of be pushed or words said to kind of clear that imprint. I mean, I have heard some of the most horrific, fucked up, scary hauntings ever. So scary. I'm not going to lie. I don't lie on this podcast. I'm not trying to scare you, but what I want to tell you is nothing's going to hurt you. Nothing's going to harm you. It's funky, funky energy and it must be cleared out. And if you're scared of it and you let yourself be affected by it, you're just making it worse, just like I did the other night. Again, this is like a non-judgment zone. You know what I mean? I mean, I hope so. I hope you guys aren't judging me. Like, what the hell's wrong with this medium? She's like fucking scared and can't go to sleep, but it happens. I'm a person, I'm a human. I have past, I have triggers and things like that. So the idea is you are safe. Nothing is going to harm or hurt you. It's important that you address it and clear the space. Worst thing you can do. Why are you here? What do you want from me? You know what I mean? It's like, don't draw it in, don't engage. Say, okay, I know this energy is here and I'm going to tell you how to do that. But again, guys, don't be afraid. Most of this energy that you're sensing and feeling are just stuck imprints of something in the past. Okay. That's what it is. It's very rare, almost never, that it's a scary person standing there. I just haven't seen it. I have seen stuck energy. I have seen imprint energy. I have seen, people that had tragedy that kind of didn't realize they were gone, but that quickly move on. Okay. What else can I tell you about that? There was something else that came up that I wanted to tell you about. Oh, yes. So, listen, the other thing that we can talk about is time. As we've talked about many times on this podcast, time can be a big illusion. We as humans have a timeline that's straight. Spirit explains time to me as a circle. So there is no beginning, middle, or end. So, meaning if you're at an X marks the spot on a circle, all the other timelines are congruently happening at once. All the timelines are happening. So if you do feel something that feels palpable, there may be something in your space that is happening on a different timeline, but you can clear that timeline as well and just stay focused on the current timeline. Okay? So nothing scary, nothing bad, nothing's going to harm you. What can harm you is our own fears and our own engagement, etc. And you can pull in weird timelines. You can absolutely do that. You want to fuck around? Go get a Ouija board. I've told the Ouija board story so many times. Go back and listen to it. You want to fuck around and pull in some negative vibes? Go for it, But my advice to you would be to clear it out with joy, with light. Okay. So let me tell you how to do that. If you have more questions about ghosts, guys, write me. There's so much more on the topic, but I really didn't want to make this podcast about ghosts. I wanted to make it on how to clear energy, how to move energy through. So here's what you're going to do, and here's what I want you to do. Oh, by the way, okay, this was also something. So I used to do house clearings for people. I would go to people's homes and I would clear out their house. And I really didn't like it. I was like, after a couple of them, I'm like, why? Why am I doing this? I mean, I had radios turn on and get full blast. I had two rooms in my career as a house cleaner, two rooms that I wouldn't go in. I was like, I'm not going in that room. That room doesn't want me in that room. This is filled with lots of imprints, back energy, and they're like, get the fuck out. That energy. And then my fear was like, I'm out. You know what I mean? But you can go in and clear that room because it's your freaking house. You pay the rent, you pay the mortgage. It's yours. Let it move on. But there were two rooms that I was like, nope, not going in. And the person was like, what? I'm like, sorry, you're going to have to do that one yourself because this is your space. But I had all kinds of weird things and I didn't want to do it anymore. And I felt like, gosh, this is so unfair because I can actually help people with this. And my guides were like, tell them how to do it. It's not your space. That's why, especially, it feels so off. It's not yours. It's not your space. People have to do it for their own space. So here's what we're going to tell you to do. If you are feeling and sensing that energy, don't be afraid. You are fine. Don't feed it. Please don't feed the fears. Thank you. Please don't feed the fears because think about, feeding the bears at a park. They're going to keep coming back and back and back. And then they get more and more hungry and pushy and right. So that's just how energy works. You want to really focus on the light, right? We know there's yin and yang. We know there's light and dark. We know there's good energy and negative energy and all kinds of things. And whatever you focus on really grows. It's true. Whatever you focus on grows. Oh my gosh, big time. So let's focus on the light. Let's not sit and analyze why is it here? What is it? Who is it? Let's really not focus on that. I think if you want to become a ghost hunter and you think your job is to escort wayward energy to spirit, have at it. I would say train very, very hard for that. But I am guessing that 99.9999% or 100% of you are not in that field. So my recommendation would to be not afraid. Nothing's going to hurt you, harm you, and move the energy from where you don't want it. Think of it as energetic imprints. Okay. So, what you're going to do is open as much as you can open in your home, front door, back door. I open closets. I definitely open a window in each room and open things up. And my best advice to you would be to buy sage. It is, white sage. I mean, you can get white sage. Again, this is not in the herb section at the grocery store. This is dried white clearing sage. I mean, I see it at Whole Foods. I see it at, you can get it online. Okay. Sage is traditionally used by Native Americans in ceremony and to clear energy. Um, do I think it's culturally inappropriate for me to use sage? I don't know. And, I don't know. And I wouldn't take advice from a non Native American person on that. So, like, if I get a like someone writing me, like, you shouldn't be doing that, I'm like, okay, so you're Native American? Great. And if they're like, no, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. I certainly mean no harm. I certainly do not mean to steal anyone else's culture. My guides have given me the okay to use sage, and had said that when I use it, it's very respectful and that I've learned from another culture. I have many Native American guides. Does that excuse me if someone is offended by this? It does not. I'm very, very respectful of people's thoughts, cultures, opinions. But there is nothing else that I have tried that moves energy like sage. So as of now, I'm going to continue to use sage, with respect to where it came from, which I often do. And I often tell my guides. I mean, I have one guide that I go to in meditation where I am laying by a campfire in a clearing. This clearing is actually a place that I saw in Sweden. Actually, I saw it in a meditation and then I saw it in Sweden, which was like the craziest moment. Like, holy shit, that's the clearing I go to with one of my guides. I just saw it and was like freaked out. I took so many pictures of it. I have to find those pictures. Anyway, I go to a clearing. I'm around, there's a campfire going. I'm laying down very comfortably. Um, and he's just saging me by the fire and the fire smoke and the sage. And I'm getting heavily, heavily cleared of any negative energy. And he's utilizing sage. And to me, he is Native American. He may present differently. That's how he presents himself to me. He's also wearing a Canadian tuxedo. So I can't explain it. A Canadian tuxedo is jeans and a jean jacket, and he's literally wearing jeans and a jean jacket. I don't know, guys. I can't always explain everything, but that's what it is. So I use sage in spirit in meditation with my guide, and I use sage in life. So again, I mean no harm, I mean no offense. This is a powerful tool that I learned from another culture. So I don't know what else to say. I hope you guys know my heart and know that I'm doing this with respect. And I know you guys will too. And I highly recommend using sage. So go buy some sage. It's dried, it's white dried sage used for spiritual purposes. Okay. Go buy that and get yourself a white candle, right? I really wouldn't do it with a scented candle. I would do it with just a white light, regular old candle. Um, I would open all the windows and doors. And then go sit down. Sit down in the heart of your home. Where is the heart of your home? Is it your kitchen? Is it your dining table? For us, it's our dining table. That is definitely the heart of our home. Or is it, your coffee table? Sit down in the heart of your home. Light the white light candle. Close your eyes. Take some nice deep breaths. And when you feel settled, not anxious or scared, when you feel settled in your breath, I want you to call to your angels and your spirit guides and your ancestors and all of the positive, uplifted energy. Call it in. Call in that energy and ask with love and respect and guidance that they walk with you as you clear and cleanse your home of any stuck or negative energy that doesn't belong there. and ask that they assist you in using that white light coming from the candle to surround you in a white light bubble of protection so that any negative energy would just bounce off your bubble. I would call to your incredible team and ask them to assist you in removing any fear you may have and working with you to replace it with joy and light on your home. And then you get up and you start at your front door and you wave the sage all around the frame of the door, and you walk into your home and you wave the sage around the frames of your closets and your windows, go up and down the walls, and you can say, I clear this place, I cleanse this space of any negativity, any psychic debris, any toxic energy, any energy that doesn't belong here. I ask that any stuck energy goes with the sage smoke out the windows. I ask that once it's out, that it's absorbed into the white light. I clear this place with joy. I clear it with blessings. I clear it with my entire team and spirit. If you feel there's a room with a lot of energy, you can clap in the corners. Clap, 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 and shake out some of the energy. Use your sage, clap the energy, move the energies towards the windows. Go through every single room in your house, top to bottom. I clear this place. I cleanse this space. I ask any of this energy to go in the name of God, leave in the name of God, move through my home, out. And the reason why you ask it to be absorbed into the white light once it's outside is like, don't dump that energy on your neighbors or your plants, whatever. Ask it to be absorbed. Go house to house, go room to room, window to window, move the energy. You can clap. And guys, please, if you feel afraid, then pause. Don't feel afraid. Then you're putting more fear into your house. Feel joyful, feel excited, feel proud, feel confident that you are walking with this team, that you are taking ownership and responsibility for the energy in your home. Move the energy out with joy, with peace, with glee, with happiness. And once you feel it settled, put out your sage. Listen, sage smokes a lot. So watch your smoke detectors and make sure you put it out. Get a little cup of sand and put it out there. You can run it underwater. It's just harder to light in the future, but mind the sage, and little pieces can fall. So be careful of fire. Put it on a plate and walk around. Okay. Just common sense fire safety. I don't know what to tell you. Then sit down back to the candle. Thank your guides. Thank your angels. Thank God. Thank the white light. Do your prayers. Do your peace. Do your thanks. And then ask that the white light now surrounds your house, that it is sealed in white light energy of peace, and that any other stuck energy that may be wandering around does not enter the home, and that the home is sealed and peaceful and pure of any stuck energy or any timelines. That is one thing we didn't say. Like any timelines that are not in the current timeline can be cleared out as well. Okay. Then blow out the candle, feel really good, feel really proud, and move on with your day. How does that sit with you guys? How do you feel about that? Please remember that your intention to go in with peace and guidance and to go in with joy and to bless your home, right? If you don't want to think of this as a clearing, don't think of it as a blessing. Turn it positive. Your intention should be light. It should be peaceful. It should be joyful. It should not be fearful. Set your intention. You cannot do this wrong, guys. And move with God, move with your angels, move with your guides, and clear the space out. This is how to do it. There's other ways to do it. This is the way that I recommend doing it. I used to do it. I still do it with my house, of course, but I just don't do it for anyone else because you're supposed to do it for you. I really, really hope this speaks to you. I hope this serves you. I hope this gives you strength. There is so much going on in the world. Remember, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Stay grounded, stay in your power, stay in your peace. Protect your own energy and stay grounded in your life. Stay grounded in your timeline, stay grounded in your reality, stay grounded in who you are, stay grounded in your gratitudes. There's much going on in the world. So let's really focus on staying grounded. Use your breath, call to your guides, ask for help. You are not alone. If you take nothing else away from this podcast, please know you are not alone. You are safe. God is with you, and my goodness, so am I. I love you all so much. Please, please share this podcast. Please rate me on Apple Podcasts. Leave me a comment. thinking of you all so much, so much. God bless you guys. Be well, take good care, and please be nice to others. God bless. Till next time.